Welcome back to the show. My name is Marsha Haynes, and today we're here with our special guest, LaMont Cole. He's the superintendent of the East Baton Rouge Parish school system. Thank you so much, Mr. Cole, for joining us today.
Hey, listen, thank you for having me. It's an honor, a pleasure, a responsibility to be here with the Capital Lions. Excited.
So tell us, where are you from?
Listen, I was born in New York City. I lived in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, until I was 7 years old. And then we moved to Baton Rouge in September of 1980 when I was 7. So I came to Baton Rouge, and then I started school at Fairfield Elementary, and I've been here ever since. So I have been in Baton Rouge for 44 years now, 45 years now. So I grew up here, went to elementary school here, Fairfield Park Elementary. I went to Audubon and La Belle Elementary as well because we moved around a lot. And then I went to Capital Junior High School. And then when I was in 8th grade, it turned to Capital Middle School. And then I went to Tara High School. I graduated from Tara.
What morals and values did your parents instill in you?
I think one of the best values my mother instilled in me was to be appreciative for everything you have. Even if you think you don't have a lot, you have more than what a whole lot of people have, because there's so many people who live in this world that don't have anything. And so I've always been very, very thankful for whatever we had. Even when growing up in a single parent household, I didn't feel like we had much. I was always thankful for the small things, the little things we did have. In addition to that, she always taught us about respect, respect for self. And then if you had a profound respect for yourself, you would inherently have respect for other people. And then last but certainly not least, she always taught us to be helpful, try as best we could to help other people. And so those values, those morals that she instilled in us at a very early age, my brother and sister and I, helped me to be respectful. It helped me to be very appreciative and thankful for everything that I have been blessed to have in life. And then it also helped me to be a helpful individual, try to help people whenever I can.
Tell us some of your best high school memories.
My best high school memories were playing basketball. I played basketball in high school, 9th through 12th grade, hanging out with those friends. I think the group of friends I established in high school, I'm still friends with them today. I'm on a group message with them right now. So it's 11 of us that played on the basketball team, and so we talk to each other every day. Hanging out with them, standing on the wall, going to Mardi Gras, going to the school dances. Those are some of my best memories. The road trips when we would travel to play basketball, those are some of my best memories from high school. Being in class, having a good time, laughing and joking while learning are some of the best memories I had from high school. So, high school was a phenomenal experience for me because, I knew everyone. I don't necessarily know that I was super popular, but I felt like I knew a lot of the kids in school, so I was very comfortable at school, and I always felt safe at school. And so I had a lot of good teachers. I liked my teachers. Like I said, I had a lot of good friends. Crazy thing, I didn't have a girlfriend in high school. Nobody liked me, but that's okay. I still had a good time in school.
Who were some of the teachers that made an impact on you?
Michael Banks was an algebra teacher in school who had a profound impact on my life. Faith Phillips was my English teacher in high school, profound impact on my life. Larry Grantham taught civics, was also my basketball coach. He had an impact on my life. Miss Wilson taught English too. She had a profound impact on my life. Believe it or not, Mr. Kate, when I was a junior in high school, I took chemistry. And I was very concerned about graduating, and he pulled me to the side and said to me, "You're going to be fine in chemistry. You're doing better than most of the students." So, I had a lot of good teachers along the way. Lewis Bond, when I was in middle school, was a great teacher. Alex Haysbert was a phenomenal teacher when I was in middle school. So I had a lot of really good teachers. And fortunately for me, at an early age, I saw a lot of black male teachers at an early age. So those teachers really had a profound impact on me. When I was in 9th grade, in 8th grade, I had a teacher at Capital Middle by the name of Robert Brown who taught us 8th grade math. And when I was in 9th grade, I was in Algebra 1, and I didn't think I was going to be prepared, just simply because I had gone to an all-black school, and I'm just being honest here. And when I got in that class, I knew more than all of the students in the class because Robert Brown had prepared us well for high school and for algebra. And so it was at that moment I really understood the definition of black excellence, and I understood what it means to be an excellent individual no matter what. And so the education I received at Capital Middle School prepared me for high school, and the education I received in high school prepared me for the world. So I felt like I got a really good education. I had a really good experience because I had teachers who cared and who engaged with us in a way that made us feel comfortable.
Tell us some of your best memories of college.
So I played basketball in college as well. People might not believe that because I'm about 200 pounds over the size I was when I played basketball. But again, traveling. When you leave home at 17 years old and you live in a house with your parents, and I lived in a house with my mom, and she woke us up in the morning and we went to school and we had a certain level of supervision, and then you leave and go to college because I went down the road to Nickel State. You're pretty independent. So I was, I had to get up on my own. I had to pretty much manage and govern myself. And so just going to college and learning how to survive by myself, learning how to engage with people, interact with students, learning how to meet people from other cities and other places and other countries, and how to engage and interact with them and how to make my own decisions, because I didn't have my mom there to say you got to be in the house at this time or you got to go to bed at this time. I had to kind of figure out those things myself. So those were some of the experiences I believe shaped me to be the type of individual I am today. You get the foundation from home, right? Your parents teach you. My mom taught us various different aspects of how to be helpful, appreciative, thankful, and supportive of individuals, respectful of ourselves so we can respect others. And then you take that into an environment in college, so I did that. I was respectful. I respected others, so I had a lot of respect in school. People didn't bother me because I didn't bother anyone. People didn't tease me because I didn't tease people. Although I like to have fun, I like to laugh and have a good time, I never was the type to be a bully or to try to mess over people. And so as a result of that, people didn't do that to me. And then, I was on the basketball team in college. Let me just say this. I didn't play very much now. I was on the team. I didn't play. I sat on the bench most games now. But I was on the team, so I enjoyed the experiences of traveling and doing those things.
Why did you decide to get into politics?
It was never my intent to be a politician. In 2016, there was a state representative by the name of Alfred Williams who had just gotten elected to serve as a state representative. He went in to have a minor surgery, and they found a blood clot, and he ended up passing away during the surgery. So when he passed away, there was a councilwoman at the time by the name of C. Denise Marcel, and she ran for his seat. And when she ran for his seat and won, her seat was vacant. And this is crazy, and this is all how this happened. She had tried to appoint someone else to be the council person, and the city council didn't want that individual that she tried to appoint. And so there was this huge conversation on social media about who should be the next council person to represent this area. And a young lady by the name of Savitri Wilson, she wrote a comment on social media and said, I think LaMont Cole should be the next council person. And everybody started saying, does he live in the district? And she said, yeah, he lives right in the district. And so Denise called me and she asked me what I consider being a council person. I told her, no, I didn't want to do that, because at the time I was a principal. Life was grand. I was having a great time. So I told her, no, I didn't want to do it. And so she called me a few more times and asked me to do it because she said she had gotten a lot of support, or I was getting a lot of support from people in the community. And I said, I don't know if I want to do that. And then there's this gentleman who lives in town, a businessman who was the first black man elected to serve as an elected official. His name is Joe Delpit. And I bumped into him one day at Chicken Shack. And he said to me, he owns Chicken Shack. And I bumped into him and he said, listen, you need to go ahead and do it for a year. And if you don't like it, you don't have to run for office. But if you like it, you can run for office. And he said to me, don't be 78 years old looking back over your life saying, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Be 78 years old looking back over your life saying, I did this and I enjoyed it, or I stopped doing it because I didn't like it. And so I took his advice and I became, I was appointed to the city council in January of 2016. But then in the summer of 2016, July 6th, because I wasn't going to run for office, on July 5th of 2016, Alton Sterling was killed right down the street at the store down the street. And so that's in the area that I represented. So there were a lot of protests. I was right in the middle of the protests. There were a lot of demonstrations. I participated in many of the demonstrations in an effort to try to keep everyone safe. We fought at the city council to try and acknowledge and reward the family for what had taken place, for the killing and the shooting of Alton Sterling. And so at that time, and I did a lot of national interviews around what was going on in Baton Rouge at that time. And people started saying, you need to run for office. And so in 2016, I ran for office. I won by 70% of the vote, which means that 70% of the people in this community who live in this district, in this area right here, said, we want him to represent us. And so I won, and so I did that for 9 years. And then in 2020, I ran for office again and won by 72% of the vote. And then the council saw fit to elect me to serve as the first African American to be mayor pro tem. And so I had a great time, a great experience. But that is how I got into politics. But while I was there, I felt like we were able to accomplish a lot, a whole lot. And I'm very proud of the work we did on the city council.
How did you get into education?
When I was 24 years old, I was about to graduate from LSU in 1997. I was about to graduate. And I graduated and I was on my way to grad school. And my mother, I worked at Federal Express at night. And during the daytime, I would just be sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. And my mom said, you're wasting time. You need to go and substitute teach while you're at home. And a woman by the name of Pam Mackey called me at home and said, hey, why don't you come sub? My first substitute position was at a Struma Middle Magnet. I subbed there, and then they made me a permanent teacher for the remainder of the year. I did that, and then I decided I wanted to do this for good. Like, this is the profession I wanted to pursue. And so I said to myself, if I'm going to work in the field of education, I want to go back to the school where I was taught. So I went to Capitol Middle, walked in fresh off the street one day, met the principal at the time. Her name was Jane Gillette, told her I wanted to teach, and she said, I do have a position in 6th grade reading. And that began my full-time teaching career 29 years ago.
What is it like being a superintendent of EBR schools?
It is the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life, but it is also the most fun and rewarding to be able to grow up in the city where you attended all of the public schools and got an education, and then have the opportunity to come back and serve as superintendent is like unlike anything I've ever experienced. So I take the work very serious. I take the responsibility I have to lead this work in this city very serious. But it is challenging because I deal with a lot of adults, a whole lot of adults. And let me be honest with you, Marsha. What is it? Marche. Let me be honest with you. It is much harder to deal with adults than it is to deal with children. And because most times adults are set in their ways and the way they think and the way they believe things should happen. And so I come in with a perspective around supporting them so that they can support kids. And I say to them all the time, the way we go about supporting you is the exact same way we need you to go about supporting children. And so sometimes it's a little bit challenging to help adults see the way they need to go about doing the work with children. But it's always fun when I'm around people like yourself and all of these young people here because it motivates me, gives me energy. And I remember being your age and being in school. And I want to make sure you guys have a really good experience in school. So it's a lot of work, really challenging, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. I wake up every day excited to do this work.
Tell us some of the great things that are going on in our school district.
Oh, man. I mean, there's so many great things that have taken place. Right now, currently, our school board approved me spending $40 million to enhance the high school experience at all of our high schools. And so we're going to get some new football fields. We're going to get some new athletic equipment for our athletic programs. Your class is probably going to get more equipment for this program. So really excited to be able to enhance the experience for kids. Something that's pretty controversial that we've done that we get mixed reviews, and I'm excited about because all the research shows that it helps, is that we change start times, and you're experiencing that right now here at Capitol High. And some of the students here like it and some don't. But all of the data, all of the numbers tell us that changing the start times at this school have helped students. More students at Capitol High show up on time every day. More students come to school every day. More students are engaged in class and the grades are looking better. The enrollment has gone up here at Capitol High, and I pray and hope that in a couple of weeks we will see that as a result of some of the decisions we made, the performance has been better here at Capitol High. So I think that's really exciting. We changed bus routes for all of the students here. All of you here have a straight route. None of you have to go to transfer, I don't think. So I think those changes that we made and that we've been able to make have been significant in terms of providing a safer, healthier, and more engaging environment for students. So a lot of good changes. We closed some schools last year because children were in deplorable, horrible buildings. We moved kids into better facilities. I know some of the students, your classmates here, liked being at the old Capitol High, but that building is not in the best condition. And so I wanted to make sure we were able to put kids in better facilities with better resources so they could have better opportunities. We were able to give our teachers a $4,000 stipend this year. Really excited about that. And because of the changes we made, some of the cuts we made, some of the efficiencies that we've been able to reestablish, we're going to be able to give our teachers a raise in the spring. So I'm really excited about being able to give all of our staff, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, support staff, teachers, administrators, I'm excited about being able to give everyone a raise in the spring. So we're moving forward. We changed the way we are providing safety measures in our schools. So we have new weapons detector systems in our schools. So this time last year, we had found 7 guns on our campuses. Right now, we've found 0. I want to thank the students in East Baton Rouge Parish school system for not bringing any weapons to school. And yesterday I was here and I met with a group of juniors and seniors here, right here at Capitol High. And when we asked them did they feel safe at school, all of them, their hands went up. Everyone said we feel safe, we feel supported. So I feel really good about having had an opportunity to talk to students all over the city and learn what they need to feel safe, and then being able to deploy and implement those resources so y'all feel safe. So a lot of great things happening in our school system. Today, we're going to provide lunch for two schools, La Belle Aire and Bel Aire. And then, so I'm excited that the community is stepping up. Folks in the community are very supportive of what we're doing. We launched the band initiative where we're buying new band uniforms for every high school in the city. So a lot of great things are happening, and I'm super excited to be able to lead the work.
What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about young people understanding they can do anything they want in this world with some hard work, determination, commitment, consistency, and then some endurance. So children need to know. I probably grew up a little bit more challenging than many people in this town. I had it really challenging. I had a strong mother who was a single mother who worked at night. So oftentimes we were at home by ourselves and we had to kind of look out for each other. My sister, my brother and I, we had to kind of look out for each other. And we didn't have a lot of money. And we were what most would call poor. We lived below the poverty line. We lived in supported housing. We lived in Mall City behind the mall, and we had food stamps and we got government assistance, and so we lived a really, really challenging experience. I grew up in the 1980s and early 90s during the crack epidemic, and so I saw a lot of crack in my neighborhood, people smoking crack and using crack and selling drugs. There was a lot of shooting, fighting, and killing in the neighborhood where I lived. I remember one day when I got off the bus, there were 2 guys, one was on one corner and another had a rifle on another corner. They were just shooting at each other. We had to take off running. So, a lot of challenges, but throughout all of that, if you had told me when I was in elementary, middle, or high school that one day I would grow up and become the superintendent of schools, I would have said no way. Because at that time, I just didn't believe those things were possible. But I had a mother who told me just continue to work hard, just continue to treat people right, just continue to have respect for yourself, just continue to be thankful for everything you have. So I grew up saying thank you. I grew up saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. I grew up respecting myself and respecting my elders. And as a result of those things, people poured into me, people supported me, people looked out for me, people helped to open doors, and I got other opportunities, and then here I am. So I want children, I'm really passionate about children understanding and knowing, just work hard, just be leaders, think for yourself, believe in yourself, have some integrity, and things will work out exactly how you want them to. And in my case, things have worked out way better than I ever imagined they would. I've been able to travel the world and do things I never thought I would because of a good education and then good foundation, and then my mother instilling in me the right types of morals and help to develop a strong character, which I believe has put me on a path to being successful. Now, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every day. I probably made about 20 of them this morning. But it's not the mistake, it's what you learn when you make them. And so I've learned a lot of good things.
What would you like for the people to know about Mr. LaMont Cole?
That I believe in the power of community. I believe the more we work together, the better off our outcomes can be for each other. I believe no matter where you come from, your race, your religion, sexual orientation, how you grow up, I believe we're more alike than we are unalike. And I think that if we just focus on the good instead of the negative, good things will come. I believe in praying. I believe in having fun. I believe in treating people well. I have all of these different quotes I live by. Treat me bad, I treat you good. Treat me good, I treat you better. I don't treat people how they treat me because I want and I need all my blessings. And so, I just try to live by certain sets of principles and standards that allow for me to be a good person. I believe people are good. I believe every single person in this class right now is a good individual. And I believe if we wait long enough, all of us can show each other how good we are. I don't look at people and think the worst. I look at people and think the best. And so I think because I do that, the energy I give people is positive. And so because I give off positive energy, I receive it back. I'm 52 years old. And at 52, I probably have done more in 52 years than the average person is going to do their entire life. And I still feel like I got a lot more to accomplish and a lot more to do. And I'm excited about the opportunity. But most importantly, I'm excited about the possibilities. So I believe by working together, we can create the best school system in America. I believe we can do that. And I believe that we're on our way to accomplishing that. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but every day, as day turns into night, we're going to get a little bit better. So the goal is to be better today than we were yesterday. And the goal is to get a little bit better every day until we've gotten to a point where we're the best there is. And so I believe we can do that.
You came on our show last year. How do you feel about the TV studio?
I think it looks amazing. I like all of the equipment I see. And I've been talking to your teacher about getting even more equipment. So I'm excited that we were able to approve that initiative. So we're going to buy more equipment. I like what you guys have done here and having addressed the way it looks. It looks really good in here. So I'm really proud.
Where do you see our school district in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, man, in the next 5 years, we'll be one of the best in the state. And in the next 10 years, we'll be one of the best in the country. There's a national article that's getting ready to come out. And the article is going to be about the best run school systems in Louisiana. And they're going to talk about the East Baton Rouge Parish school system. Because we've done, since I've taken this position, we've done more in 1 year than a lot of school systems do in 4, 5, and 10 years. Because it just takes a lot of time to get things done. Or at least that's what people believe. I believe if it can be done eventually, it must be done immediately. And so anything that we eventually want to see happen for our students around early childhood education, workforce development, high school graduation, internships, anything that we can do eventually, we have to begin working on it immediately. So in 5 years, best in the state, 10 years, best in the country.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Absolutely. I want to say to students, continue to be safe, continue to believe in yourself, continue to reach and think about love versus hate, continue to think about more effective and efficient ways to manage conflict, understand that there are a whole host of people out here who care about you, who love you and want to see you be successful. There are people who get up before the sun comes up in the morning, working hard to ensure and provide that you have a good education. And there are people who are still up working long after the sun sets every day to make sure that you guys are successful. So believe in you, because there's so many people out here who believe in you. I believe in you. I love you. I care about you and want to see the best for you, and know that the best can happen if you just give your best. And that's what it has to be about every day, giving your best. Your best may look different from your classmates, but give your best. And if you wake up every day and simply give your best, the best will come to you. The best will come to you. And so that is what I want people to know. And so that's what I'll leave you all with.
And once again, thank you, Superintendent Cole, for being on our show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, an honor, and a delight. And you did a fine job, Marche, fine job. Somebody got my pictures and stuff. They got me going. Okay, good deal.
We'll be right back after this break.